just telling Mrs. Aderibigbe that I'm beginning to have some senior moments on the job. So, you're welcome to the Discourse with Jimi Disu, brought to you by MTN. We're waiting for my guest, Felix Anyotokwe, who, in spite of being visually impaired, bagged I think he got a 2-1 in law at the University of Lagos. So we're waiting for him to tell his story. Um, the last time I checked, he was about 30 minutes away. But we'll wait for him as long as the time allows it, because joking seriously, moving around in Lagos, especially for somebody like him, won't be an easy task. I'm sure some of you know that the last time you'll be hearing Mrs. Adeligbe on radio here at this time will be today. She's moving on. I don't know whether Mr. Adeligbe has anything to do with this. But it's entirely on her last day here. He is in the studio to give him moral support. I'm going to miss her. In all seriousness, because apart from being on air, she's my technical advisor. She tries to be my spiritual advisor, but I think in that sense, she's trying very hard. But she's been my technical advisor in one or two issues that I can't admit. And she's been some support, I must say, in the course of my meeting with her. And that's been about 3 years now. Yeah. 3 years now. And I was just thanking Mr. Aderibigbe for... you need to get the photograph of her before she became Mrs. Aderibigbe and after. And then I thanked him. I said that, Mr. Aderibigbe, thank you for setting a very good example for others who might be aspiring to go across the Niger. So, yes, thank you very much. We'll miss you so much. But you're still around, though.
Yes.
You're still around. Where will you be? You don't know.
I know, but people should follow me on social media for that information. But I'm here. I'm not jackpotting. I'm still in the country.
That is. Okay, so we're waiting for time. We need to come. Let me quickly take you through what is in the Vanguard, the stories that are here. The first story that caught my attention here is the one in which Peter Obi tells the clerics, after donating 20 million, he says that, don't name any structure after me. You remember that during the week, yet another public structure had been named after the president's wife. And I think my comment was to alert the president to the fact that it doesn't do him any good if everything is named after him. History will make him look like a megalomaniac. And the truth of the matter is that the sycophants will keep doing this. They'll keep doing this to seek favors, to show that they are loyal, and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, when history is being written, maybe long after you've been president, they have almost 300 and something things named after you in the country. People will be asking very valid questions at that point in time. So, and I hope my reaction is taken in good faith. The level of sycophancy now in the country is something else. It also brings me to the issue of chieftaincy titles and honorary degrees, and so it's been so bastardized. A lot of them are for sale. A lot of man of the year titles, man of the year awards, and so on and so forth. Believe you me, you don't know what has gone down. I've gotten about 2 or 3. There was one, I can't remember who they were, wanted to give me an honorary degree and then told me, I have to pay for gown, I have to pay for this, I have to pay for logistics, and stuff like that. Chieftaincy titles are 2 a penny. I think almost every other human being you will find in the Nigerian space is some chief of some place. And so what it does at the end of the day is it's becoming difficult to honor people. It's becoming extremely difficult. Recently, of course, we had even the First Lady being honored with a statue that is about 4 times her size in height. I don't know what people have different views about this, but I certainly wouldn't want a statue made in my life whilst I'm still alive. I have my reservations about that. But then it depends. But where I'm going is that at the end of the day, these things no longer matter. One governor is governor of the year. There was one media organization had about 4 governors of out of 36. And you want to know how much money some of these governors and personalities part with. One of the sorry situations about our country now is that everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to be seen, whatever it takes. Some even have social media handlers. Follow them with videos wherever they are going. There are a lot of, if only Mama could see me now. I think eventually when we get up to a point, it will probably then just burn out. It will become totally meaningless. And those are my views on that. There's another story here, a letter to Malam El-Rufai. I don't know why the present government is seen to be so uncomfortable with El-Rufai. We all know what happened. El-Rufai's name was presented and the presidency didn't put up a fight. He was rejected. In fact, I think most likely it was some kind of setup. Now there's some discomfort about one or two things that he's saying. And that's politics for you. They'll sort themselves out. The PDP here has called on the president to review his economic policies. The story says that hardship, review your economic policies. PDP government tells Tinubu. And that is exactly what will not happen. Because the government seems to have staked its reputation on the economic policies. Are they yielding results? There's a lot of propaganda out there that tends to show that things are getting better. I don't feel it. And I think the easy measurement by which any individual can decide if things are getting better is simply by your standard of living. In fact, I've noticed again in the past 1 month or 6 weeks, the prices of things have shot up again. You know, and you have more people on the beggar line than hitherto. I suspect that what could be happening is that people burnt up their savings, because I know lots of Nigerians have had to dig into their savings to do the things that they normally would do. That is right. Then there's another story here which I find quite... why more Nigerians are burying their dead overseas. And let me take a look at that and see what, like the reggae people will say, what are going. It says, why more Nigerians are burying their dead overseas. And it says that, okay, I think the story really is about those who die abroad and their bodies are not brought back for burial. I don't make a fuss over that, really. I've said that since I've told my own people that since I wasn't in control of where I was born, then where I die is where God wants me to be buried. Tossing corpses up and down and bringing them home, and not. But then these things depend on the individual, really. I don't think I give a hoot what happens to me after I'm dead. I was telling a friend the other day that I signed a document one time I was going to go surgery. I signed a document that my body parts can be used for training. Yeah! And I said, if other people's body parts hadn't been used for training, how would the living be healthy? But there's a discussion to be had about what you think you want to do, you want done with your body. After you are gone. Those who try to preserve the body of a famous politician at the end of the day have to really then bury him. And I don't think I'm into being mummified like the Egyptians. I've seen I've seen women who have fibroids, they're past childbearing age, and they tell them to take out the fibroid. We have to take out your womb. Say, no, I want to be buried with my womb. What are you going to do with it? You know, and it would be a nice discussion one day, but I know many people won't tune in. If we had a discussion on what actually happens when you die. I was surprised when, when Fela died, for example. Of course, that was done for exhibition. They had one very fat dirube in his hand. But at the moment it was being lowered, out of a frenzy, a lot of his fans started throwing money. They started throwing dirube and whatever. And yes, it was an emotional thing, but it will be a question to be asked. What do you think happens when you actually die? Some people claim that some people die in Lagos and are seen in Ibadan. Even as far as I had an experience in 1968 when a cousin of mine died. And then 2 days later, the elder sister, remember 1968 was not the era of the social media, so they didn't travel that fast. But I remember our elder sister phoning us in Lagos to say that what was so and so doing in the UK. And everybody was silent because we were trying to find a way to break. And then it happened that she said she saw her. And she kept running after her, trying to call her in the streets. So we'll 0201 277 0993. 0201 465 7190. It would be nice. Sorry, what's that?
This is not working.
Oh, okay. The 0990 is not working. So we have only one line, male, female. This is now a Trump era. So hermaphrodites all can call 0201 465 7190. That's the number that we call the female line. All people, anybody can call that. It would be nice to ask you, what do you think happens when people die, or if you've had any experience. I remember Tokumbo, we worked together. She said that when her grandfather died, somebody said he saw Papa walking on the express and they're coming down to Lagos from Ibadan. And it would be nice to hear. Onye, have you heard anything like that?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Have you had anything like people who has?
The story you just said.
I was Moveta, but people who are dead.
I have actually.
You have?
Not so. I mean, I don't know anyone has personally happened to, but a few years ago, there's this popular supermarket in VI.
Yeah.
I don't want to call the name for obvious reasons, but popular. Apparently, a lady who worked there had died.
Yeah.
But so let's say she died today. The next day, however, her colleagues saw her. She came to work, and so when her family came, I heard it. And when her family came to tell them this person passed, they say, but she came to work yesterday, and it wasn't adding up. She came to work apparently the day after she had passed, and they saw her. They said, she came to work now that they saw her. I don't know how these things happen.
What is it? What is the market? I don't want to.
Let me not spoil them. I can tell you off camera.
Of course, I know.
I'll tell you here. I was like, wow. And, I've heard other people share stories like that too.
If you have a story, can we share one? We have a caller now. Hello, good morning.
Oh, lost that.
We lost that one. I haven't heard personally, but I also heard somebody who got married and they met in town. I think they met. Then there was no Abuja. I think they met in Kaduna.
Okay.
And later, when the woman disappeared and the man then rummaged through her things to go to her hometown, they said that she had been dead for about 20 years. What will you do if you... What will... I'm joking. You don't need to do she started to speak in tongues.
Some people are calling. I think
okay.
I'm sorry.
Hello, good morning.
Oh no, I hope that these lines will work. Okay.
Hello, good morning.
This is Kenny.
Yes, morning.
Yeah. I would say it's not far-fetched that people see deceased people as if they're still alive. I'll give you 2 instances right quick. So there's this family friend of ours. He died, but his older sister did not know he was already deceased. So she was in the living room, and then she was gisting with somebody, and the people that were looking around were wondering, well, who is she talking to? Until she called her deceased brother's name. And her deceased brother was her junior brother. And when she called the name, then people, allowed her to calm down a little bit, finished her, conversations, and then came to her and asked her. And she was like, oh, that didn't they see so, come in. Then they now sat her down and said, so is late. He died yesterday. So it has happened before. Another instance was a woman. This woman, her husband had died. And then there was the money that was being owed him. And the money was a sizable amount, and she and her children were going through something. So he went to the junction of the street. At the junction of the street, he handed the money over to a certain man and told him to go to his house and give it to his wife. And then the person knocked on the gate and said that, so-and-so person said I should give it to you. And the woman asked, who is the person? He said, the person, the bearer of the news said, well, I don't know the person. Can you describe the person? The person was described, and it was exactly her husband's description. And further to that, another contract that was hanging, they called her and paid her that money too. So I don't think it's far-fetched. And just in conclusion, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but Jesus Christ, when he died and resurrected, he also appeared to a number of times.
Yes.
So good job, y'all. I enjoy your show.
Thank you very much. Well, Mr. Tokwe is here. Morning, Felix. How are you? I will give him just about 2 minutes to get his things to settle down. So let me take one more call. Hello, good morning.
Okay, we have another one.
Hello, morning. Hello, morning. Morning.
Hello, Uncle Jimmy. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, my name is Simeon, calling from Lekki.
Yes.
Okay, so let me share my own part of the story.
Quickly, yeah.
My uncle, late Uncle Daniel, he was a very generous person. He repairs Lista generator. So the day he died in the hospital because of the accident he had, there was this particular restaurant, beer parlor he usually go to drink because he drank very well. So that particular day, the spirit was there buying drinks for people. Like the people, everybody there, he was buying drinks for them, but they never knew that he had already died. So it was when he rode on his bike and left that the news got to those people that, oh, Daniel has died. And then everybody was surprised that, I just left and I just drove off all these.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
It's real, it happened.
Thank you. We'll look for time to broaden this discussion because I think it's a discussion that must be had. But Rotimi is here. Morning. Are you known as Felix or Rotimi? Which one?
If you say Rotimi Ayotokwe, that shows that you are using my father's name to call me.
Oh, so your first name is Felix?
My first name is Felix.
Yes.
My other name is Ayotokwe. While my surname is Areo.
I see. Your surname is Areo.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I thought Ayotokwe. Anyway, how are you?
Great, sir.
First of all, congratulations. So what was the final result that you had? Because the last time I saw you, we weren't sure what your results are going to be like.
Yeah, precisely. I later finished with 2-1.
In law?
Yes, sir.
That's very good. Very, very good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much,
very
sir.
Proud of you.
Thank
I
you
must
so
say
much,
that he's like a family member because he was very, very close to my late brother who was a lawyer in his lifetime. So how do you feel now? Are you going for youth service? No, you're going to law school.
Law school first, sir.
When you finish law school, what do you want to do? You want to go to court or do you want to deal with corporate law and so on and so forth?
Precisely, the area of my field has to do with corporate law and anything property estate matters. Yes. However, that one doesn't deter me from going to court.
Yeah, going to court. Yeah,
yes.
Go to court. Can I ask you a very personal question, if you don't mind?
Please go on.
Why are you born visually impaired?
Well, precisely, I wasn't born visually impaired, but few months after my birth, it was noticed that I'm having sight issues. That was just, let's say, 60 days thereafter.
And so how did you go to school? Primary, secondary? I must salute your determination and determination of your parents. How did you manage to go to school? You went to blind school in Sule or something like that?
Thank you so much, Uncle Jimmy.
Yes.
It's looked traumatic from the beginning of the life because I couldn't even aware that I could go to special school. I was going to regular school.
Okay.
More or less that let him just go until age 13. Before I knew that I could attend any special school, and that is where my life began.
And so you went to a special secondary school?
Special primary school.
Okay.
And I went to more or less a community school for secondary school.
Yes.
Which is mixed, but for my primary school, it is fully special school for the blind.
And then you went to Unilag?
By God's grace, sir.
Fortunately. This is a great Akoka.
Great.
I'm happy you decided to go to the University. Anybody who hasn't gone to the University of Lagos,
they've not gone to school.
They've not gone. Whether he is a Mrs. or Mr. Did Mr. Dibrige go to Unilag?
No, he didn't.
I no wonder. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back. It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
If the model of Rebolo was genuinely interested in local government funds, would have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody is receiving 30,000 naira after serving the country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
And the dumping my mood for that whenever people are clapping, he's praise singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
I mean, he did not do any remarkable thing in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform.
If NBS is turning out very fake data to us, because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Mary Ann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
I'm so sorry. I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk. You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. And now, we are back on the Discourse with Jimi Disu.
You're welcome back to the Discourse with Jimi Disu, brought to you by MTN. And I still have Rotimi. I got that one right now. Rotimi, yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Absolutely right. Okay.
This is the prodigy.
So you got a 2-1, right?
Exactly.
And you also won a prize in what now?
I won a prize in law of conveyance, which has to do with anything property law.
That's fantastic. And I hope you're going to win the law school prize too.
By God's grace, we are putting the best.
God's grace. I'm surprised that you turned up here by yourself. Yes. Can you tell me, how do you move around?
Precisely, I first thank God for the innate ability. And there is a training that we went through during the rehabilitation in those days.
Yes.
It's called mobility. That's the independence and self-willingness to walk, navigate your environment alone.
Wow.
There must be that
You're
willingness.
Coming from where now?
I came from around Ijesha, Surulere, this morning.
Wow.
From Ijesha.
Wow. So you can move around the whole city by yourself.
By God's grace, nearly anywhere.
I'm sorry, I'm wild about it, but
where I cannot go myself. I ply Lagos Road every day. Every day. And people have been surprised. It is part of the gift from God. And self-training, determination, commitment, and doggedness.
Okay. Now, so what are your future plans, if I may know?
Okay, precisely. My first plan after being called to bar is to work with one of the top tier law firms on the highland there, whereby I can able to garner a little more knowledge for some time and go into private space with associates, whereby I can also be employer of labor.
Okay, so have you made an attempt to try to see if you can get into any law firm?
Yes, I have, but it has been so difficult because there is this attitudinal perception about persons with disability. And
you think that's what it is? Or that maybe, but I think that generally getting employment these days is extremely difficult. I mean, I've even tried to get people who, what do we call this training that you do? IT, even to get IT. So I don't want to go with the mindset that is attitudinal. I think that things are very, very tough. Nobody wants to pick up an extra bill.
Yeah, extra.
Yes, I've even had in one case try to say that, look, let this person do the IT. I will pay the salary depending on how close the person is to me. But even I can't do that again. Yes, so things I was just treating a friend now. And I was talking to Mrs. Adelibigwe, that things they're virtually getting out of hand. Even the basic things that you want to do have become extra difficult, including the easiest of it all, paying your electricity bill. So I think you shouldn't have that mindset.
Okay.
Yes, I think you shouldn't. It's just that things are pretty tough.
And I think what we can still do is that there should be a form of affirmation whereby in every organization there should be a person with disability, whereby in the workspace it shall be called inclusive environment.
But some people with disabilities say that they don't want to be treated specially.
We don't want to be pitied.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to be pitied. We want their empathy. We want a space whereby we can work. A convenient environment whereby we can actually showcase our capacity, our ability. The disability doesn't limit the ability in us.
I see. So we have to draw a kind of balance.
Exactly.
Would you want it legislated, or you just want it to be part of the ethos?
To be honest, I would like it to be in policy and to be legislated.
Because unless we do that, people will be paying lip service to
exactly,
yes.
exactly, sir.
And it's important for people to know that until the day you are let down 6 feet, you can become disabled.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
For those who have an attitude to those who are disabled, I think it's important for them to know that. Even fellas spoke about a dead body having an accident. Yes, I've seen people put their noses up, and it can happen, and it can happen overnight like that.
Anytime.
Okay. How soon are you likely to want to settle down? You have a babe?
Settle down to what extent, sir?
Begin to have family and be like Mr. and Mrs. They've said the gentleman there is Mr. Adebiri. He's came to watch over his wife here.
No, part of the responsibility of life, especially as a man, is that you should be up to tax. Try to pay.
When you were in uni,
yes, sir.
Were you resident on campus?
Yes, I am a resident.
So did you take part in all parties and stuff like that?
Yes. I'm a little extrovert.
Little. This one go like woman. Look
women like me, but I don't like women.
Yeah, my brother has told him. My late brother has told him. my late brother, my brother Rosimi has trained him in every manner. In a way, they almost look alike. Okay, our line, the only line that is working is 0201 465 7190. Hitherto known as the female line. Today, whether you are male, female, hermaphrodite, whatever you are, feel free to call this number. We have. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Uncle Jimmy, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning to your guest.
Yes.
Uncle Jimmy, I want to tell you that this type of job you are doing, bringing children to speak to encourage children, bringing those who are challenged to come and encourage those that are challenged, bringing adult octogenarians on this station. This thing merits you any award anybody can give you, not honorary. Uncle Jimmy, I joined Nigeria Info on January 2012, 13 years now. In the days of Tolu, Adenike, Fola, Teumpi, in those times, this thing you are doing is what Adenike was doing. Unfortunately, as I want to round up, Mr. Disu, let me tell you that Nigerians love you. We love you. You are not 100%. You may be wrong in some areas, but let me tell you that you are the only person that if somebody veers up, if a caller veers up, and you want to correct, for now, you are the only person that will say, I'm sorry, sir. I may need to discontinue this conversation. But others will say, I will cut you off. I will remove you. This will make me begin to antagonize some of your
I will cut you off, sir. I will cut you off. Yeah, over a minute. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You deserve any award they give you on this particular item. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much. Wow. That was
That's a plus, Uncle.
That's a plus. Thank you. Let's have another one. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Disu.
Morning, sir.
And good morning to you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I want to appreciate you again, just like the gentleman that spoke last. I'm calling from Ayobo. My name is Chu. Let me use this opportunity to tell the listening public, many visually impaired persons locked up in their rooms, locked up in their families, and they do not imagine that a visually impaired can be productive if contribute to the GDP of the nation. So I'm using this opportunity to tell them, please, if you have a visually impaired in your home, there are schools that visually impaired people can be rehabilitated so they can be functional, so they can be productive, so they can also live their lives, even with the assistance of technology. Many people who are visually impaired can work with their laptop, their phones, they can produce things, not just tie and dye, but also things like hair cream, body cream, and so on and so forth.
Yes,
Please, a lot of people don't know there are schools, and people can get assistance from churches or from other NGOs.
Okay,
thank you very much.
Thank you. So you use all things, laptops, phones, and whatever. Are they specially? Do you have to buy them from, or you've reconfigured? How do you use your laptop, your phones, and so on and so forth?
I use any gadget that is accessible. Now, for my laptop, there are softwares that are installed that enables me to actually perform operations on it.
Okay.
Up to optimum requirement. And for my phones, the same thing. There's something called TalkBack that comes with most of the Android phone, and there is one for the iOS as well. And for the laptop,
so you get by basically, and then you can read your books are in Braille and so on.
Yeah, both Braille and in software and soft copy.
Have you appeared before a magistrate or judge in court though?
No, I've not appeared, but I've been in the team of counsels that appeared when Uncle Rotimi was alive. I appeared with him several times, especially in very serious litigations. Yeah, and we did that together. I always do the office work, the paperwork, and most of the intellectual work that can actually aid the litigation and end in success.
That's good. Let's pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, good morning to your guest.
Morning.
Thank you so much.
My name is Abednego.
Yes.
So first things first, it's amazing, Uncle Jimmy, that you are bringing someone from the PWD community. It's actually beautiful to have one of our own stop by. I mean, this was just my, how many months ago, former president. So it's good that he's here to have. Yes, so,
thank you so much,
yes,
Mr. Bedningo.
No, you know him.
Yes.
He said you were a former president.
Yes, sir.
President of what?
Of Nigerian National Association of Visually Impaired Students.
Ah, okay. Please go on, sir.
Yes. So I'm happy that this is happening, actually. With regards to what he said around the attitudinal issues or what might be the case. Now, why there might be that, I still feel like some of us still need to do the extra work.
Yes.
Of trying to network, trying to break certain barriers, have those conversations. We cannot knock on 20 doors and the whole 20 will shut at the same time.
Yes.
I mean, it might take a while, but eventually one would see what you are made of. And if it does not happen, I will start YouTube channel. I'll start podcast by myself. So that at the end of the day, if you don't make way for me, I'll make one, and then you might just come back knocking on the door. To say,
what do you do, sir? What do you do? Is he a lawyer too?
No,
he's a mass communicator.
Yeah, a mass communicator.
Yeah.
Yes,
he presents on
studying history.
What is study doesn't matter.
before the half year runs out, I'll be glad to have you in the studio. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No
thank you very much, sir. Let's take another. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Morning.
Uncle Judy. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Emeka is my name from Satellite Town.
Yes.
Good morning to the guests in the studio, the amazing guests in the studio.
Thank you so much.
Uncle Jerry, you see, you don't know what you're doing. I know you think you're doing your job, but you're doing beyond your job. You are championing the cause of humanity. You're pursuing, this is what it means to pursue humanistic ideals. Every Saturday you bring people, every time on your show, you bring people who are geared at motivating others. You see, people who claim that for one deformity or one challenge or the other, that they are deformed, they are handicapped, they cannot go out there to do something for themselves, this is a wake-up call. The young man there in the studio, not only has he graduated, but he came out with 2-1.
Honestly.
That is determination.
Me, I didn't get 2-1. Oh. Let me confess, man.
That is determination, that is doggedness. And you're bringing him out up in the studio there to interview him so that his story can inspire others to success.
Exactly.
Uncle Jerry, God will bless you for what you're doing. And I pray and hope that people like you, we will not have paucity of people like you in our generation.
Amen.
Remain blessed,
thank you very much. Please let reactions be geared more towards the young man than myself. I think I'm almost done and dusted. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle JD.
Morning, Mrs. Oboli. How are you?
You are not done, Uncle JD, because everybody will continue to say thank you to you
almost
for bringing him as well.
Yes.
Young man, I want to say thank you very much, sir.
Thanks so much.
Coming on air to share your story. People like me would have been depressed, probably long dead and gone, if not for people like Uncle Jimmy that gave my own son the leverage to also attend the school as well. And I'm still saying thank you. I'm eternally grateful.
Thanks so much.
So, sir, your story this morning is to cheer people up that even if you have a child with special needs, don't just lock them up in a corner. Look at you now. Some people have not even been able to achieve the feat you've achieved. And I pray, by the grace of God, you also get to that point you want to get to after you are finished your schooling and everything.
Amen.
And I pray that the leverage you need, this platform that Uncle Jimmy has brought you, somebody will hear your voice and say, come, I want to partner with you in the mighty name of Jesus. That is what he does. That is what his shows does. Uncle Jimmy, thank you very much. I pray most of us can tell our stories when you're celebrating your birthday in April. I can't await that time. I love you. We all love you.
I don't want Wahala. I don't want
this is a gist.
I don't want the Mr. Bully loving me. Mr. Bully.
I'll be at your bedroom.
I hear the man is walking around with Otumoko in his pockets. Let's pick that call. Hello. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
This is Elder Shami. I'm calling you from Badagry.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Areo, good morning, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Nice having you.
I hope you can recognize me.
Okay, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir, we can.
Please,
go on, sir.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much, sir.
I'm very happy for you. I want to tell Uncle Jimmy that the person talking to him has been was a teacher for close to 30 years.
Wow.
At Agboju. If you go to Agboju and ask for Awori Aderomi Grammar School,
yes,
and you say Mr. Ilesami, they will tell you.
Yes, sir. I can recognize you, sir.
For those number of years, I will go from Ojo Alaba to school very early in the morning before 8 o'clock. I received an award, from the school at the time I was retiring at the director's level. So, Uncle Jimmy, when the time comes, we will break the vessel. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. That's a common phrase. That's a common phrase I hear. Aside, it's a common phrase you hear from people say, "Oh, right, so," and then you begin to wonder, no. I
think it's right time.
Did you get any form of encouragement institutionally? Could you enlighten our guests as to how anybody who has the same challenge that you have can input certain, or you had to struggle your way through all this?
The first thing I would tell anybody that is actually having one or the other. That is a challenge. That challenge is not the end of life.
Yes.
It is a stepping stone. That person should just make up his mind first. Self-recognition, self-awareness. Accept yourself who you are, and people will accept you first. Thereafter.
No, but what I was asking is that in some countries, for example, there are various agencies, maybe government agencies, whatever you can key into.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Do you have any? Yes.
As far as Nigeria is concerned,
yes,
to further the education of persons with disability, there is none that I'm aware. It's NGOs that actually supporting the cause of persons with disability.
Well, we should. Do you have any NGO you would like to give credit to?
Okay.
This would be I'm sure the best time. The next time we'll be doing it is on the day of your wedding. this man and I share proper. I can see it. My brother has seen this. You know, my late brother was an echo.
But I'm a gentle echo.
Yeah, that's a lie. It even sounds like him.
Okay. I want to give kudos to HDI Foundation. That's
who are they?
Human Development Initiative.
Really, I'm hearing that for the first time.
Yeah, it is
owned
by the former chairman of ICPC and his wife. That's Professor Onwasonye.
Wow.
SAN.
Is that why you ended up reading law?
And MTN Foundation as well.
Ooh.
They actually supported.
That's fantastic.
MTN Foundation, because I happens to be MTN scholar for good 3 years.
Really?
Yes, and the qualification is that you must not be less than I think 2-1.
Yeah.
In order to maintain the scholarship, and throughout I was able to secure it because I've never left 2-1.
It's a full scholarship? It comes with everything?
No, there's an amount attached to it. It was 200,000 naira when I was there, but due to the nature of the economy, I think that they've actually upgraded to 300,000 naira per annum.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. Well, kudos to MTN. They have helped me in 1,001 ways too. So, okay, let's take a call. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay. Okay. We had our two listeners who won some cake, something here. One of them who lives in wherever it was, the address has been difficult to find. So what we are going to do eventually is that they might have to call us to pick up from here. The logistics to get that through has been a bit difficult, so I have to come to pick from there in case I listen. Hello, good morning. We'll miss that call. It is 9:45. Yes, this might be our last caller for the day. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay. The number to call is, again, the other line is not working, okay? The number to call is 0201 465 7190. Before we go, what should Nigerians expect from you next? You're going to law school when?
By late March, early April.
That's close by.
Exactly.
That's
expecting
close by.
The direction.
Your NTN sponsorship, does it cover law school?
No, just for undergraduate.
Oh, so you'll have to be finding a way to...
Exactly.
Okay.
To sort myself for law school.
For law school.
Yes.
Okay. So in the meantime, you want to work in the chambers, but that's short, though. March is just about 1 month away from now. And so you just want the place where you can perch.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Are you particular about the chambers or?
Yes, at least
where you can gain some experience.
experience.
Okay, I'll talk to one or two lawyers to see if they will willing to do that.
All right. Thank you so much.
Your big daddy is gone, so.
But you are now more than the big daddy. You are the bigger daddy.
I know. This will be our last caller for the day. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
I'm Robert.
Yes.
Before I greet your guest, I want to thank Auntie Enyenichi.
Yes.
I wish him all the best in life.
Yes.
She has been a very good presenter.
Thank you
so much. Thank you very much.
Learn a lot from her. Your guest, I want to also thank you for your doggedness. It is not easy. I do think it were some people who have been demoralized because of their physical disability.
Thank you so much.
But you are an encouragement to many people out there who think that there is no ability in disability.
Yes.
I just wish you all the best. But before you leave, sir, please drop. You can give us means to reach you. Maybe in future we can have one or two things to do with you. Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, okay. Are you willing to drop your number?
No problem.
No problem.
No
Then
problem.
you can go ahead.
Okay. For listeners at home, my phone number 081 45 0109 64.
Can you repeat it so that
081
yes
45
yes
010964 or 070
yeah
4960 5013 070 4960 5013 and you can send me a mail as well.
Quickly.
FelixAyanTokwe@gmail.com.
Okay. Are you on Facebook though?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so it's Felix Ayantokwe. You can kind of.
Yes.
We got to run. I will be back here on. Thank you very much, Felix.
Thank you.
We are going together. We're going to Sule. We'll be back on Tuesday morning. On Wednesday, we are going to have George Fumi of the the George Fumi of Justice Court. To replace, to do a bit of there for me, but to essentially to educate you how you can have access to that justice court process, which is more of arbitration. Then on Thursday, we are going to do a tribute to Alake, Mr. Yinka Alakija, who passed away during the week. We will have Lobito and Naki Faction Care doing that. Mrs. Adelibigwe.
Uncle JD.
There'll be a bit of sniffing and whatever now.
I hope not.
But when you understand.
Yes, definitely. Don't worry. Yes.
So, see you all next week. Bye-bye.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.